Transient being. You have obtained proof you are worthy of joining our order. You may call yourself one of us, and are free to plant your roots in this garden of the gods. Be proud. I, Targray, do proclaim from this day you are a Knight of the Blue. Rejoice and bask in your new honor. You are no longer a mere vagabond. You are now a guardian, a Knight of the Blue. Proud Knight, take this. Wear this ring and shine light upon stone. Then you will hear the voices of the Blue Apostles. Listen for their cries of help and repel the malicious invaders. This is the proud work of the Knights of the Blue, the way they elevate themselves to a higher plane. I'll provide what you need. You may visit me at any time. Proud Knight, you may come to me, Targray, for help. We Knights of the Blue must rely upon one another to achieve our greater goal. Present your token of fidelity to test your strength against other knights. Proud Knight, aim high in all things. We Knights must protect the Apostles of Blue. Never forget this fact, and by your honor, never eschew your training. There are others in this forsaken place who have only a lust for blood. They conspire to ambush Blue Apostles on the road. Knight of the Blue, protect our Apostles from these bloodthirsty brigands. Take pride in your duty as a Blue Knight. Work hard and pursue a higher plane. We Knights of the Blue must rely. Present your token to test. Do your work, and I will lend you strength.
The dark stirs. I see the dark has sparked within you. My name is Falcon. I will trade with you. What do you need? This land lies closest to the dark. That is why I came here. This kingdom collapsed long ago. All that are left are either undead or hollow. Save a few misfits like myself. I went to a great school in the south, but neither sorcery nor pyromancy appealed. I learned nothing. Nothing at all, but it was there that I happened upon the dark. It drew me in, the nebulous dark. Soon I was drawn to this land where dark runs deeper than anywhere else. Hexes originated here in ancient times. They were once a form of sorcery, but the practice was lost, then later rediscovered. Those devoted to hexes are a lonely lot, but nevertheless they give their life to their art. Such is the fate of we practitioners of dark. What drew me to the dark? I do not know. Hexes are more than mere tools to me. I feel affinity and warmth, something universal, nostalgia even. Those who discover dark realize this, and they never come back. This land lies closest to the dark. That is why I came here. This kingdom collapsed long ago. All that are left are either undead or hollow. Save a few misfits like myself. No matter, the time will come.
I knew you'd be around soon. Go on, show me what you've got. You'll need souls. I know only... Don't waste your soul. My witless... just... well... stones? You might... Now, don't go near that scum near the pit. The scoundrel's name is Gilligan, and he's infamous in our hometown. Yes, everyone's heard of him, as he always manages to stir up trouble. Gilligan can certainly be helpful at times, but he's a real conniver when it comes to money. Huh, there are even people out for his life. And you can bet he brought it on himself. Drat. Don't waste my time.
Hello there, and welcome back to Dark Souls 2, Scholar of the First Sin. My name is Rob. And when we left off in the last video, been having some trouble down in Earthen Peak and Harvest Valley and all that, but hopefully things will get a little bit better in the next few parts for me. Maybe I'll play a little better, maybe have some better luck. I left off here in Iron Keep, and as I had demonstrated, like, you go up this long elevator from Earthen Peak, which is a tower, and you end up here. It's like kind of, I think according to like an interview or something I read from the developers of Dark Souls 2, it's supposed to like be leading up to a volcano, but the level design just does not translate that very well. Like, to me, it's a big time missed opportunity, because imagine like approaching Harvest Valley and all that, like Earthen Peak, and you see this smoldering volcano in the distance. I mean, that would be a lot like approaching Death Mountain in, whatchamacallit, Ocarina of Time for the Nintendo 64. It would have kind of like been a nod to a series that a lot of people compare with Dark Souls. And I'm being invaded by Fencer Sharon. She is a mean lady with a really strange hat. So, I'm just going to try to cheese her. I might pay for it, but it'll be funny. Come here, Sharon. Up. More like Fencer Karen. Whoa. No, you can't iframe through force. Yeah, I have like limited castings of this. Heck with it. I'm just gonna go ahead and fight her. I might regret that. What was that? That's like some spiderweb crap. Alright, okay. Yeah, she can do a lot of damage really quickly. She's one of the tougher invaders in Scholar of the First Sin. I don't think... Ow. What did you just hit me with? Strange hitboxes. She's one of the tougher invaders in Scholar of the First Sin, as far as damage dealing. I don't think she's in the original Dark Souls 2, but it's been so long I really can't remember. Trying to think if I want to try power stance in her or not. Probably not. Okay. Alright, calm down. I'm sorry I called you Karen. Wonder if I can parry her. Oh, no. Well, that didn't go well. There's like a couple of NPCs that can invade you here. You either get Fencer Sharon or Armorer Dennis, who's a mage that actually invades in Forest of the Fallen Giants. And he's not terribly difficult. Yeah, I'd already killed this guy by the time I started recording because he's right there at the entryway. Go away. How many life gems do I have? I'll just use Estus for now. But yeah, I wanted to show just this opening part of the Iron Keep and get to a merchant that's over here. If I can. Let me see, will she invade again? Oh yeah. Let's see if I can stun lock you for a minute. Ow. Come on, do a roll and attack. Trying to parry with not a parrying shield. Which is pretty difficult in Dark Souls 2, for me anyway. Come on. Ah, I almost had it. Well, I paid for that. I paid dearly for that one.
I'll try power distancing, why not? Oop, no, I probably won't have my shield out. Okay, so that's good to know. She kind of ricochets off my shield a bit. Although I'm sure she knows how to do a shield break. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty good. Oh, that's a whip sword kind of thing. That's how she was able to hit me with it from a distance. Okay, it's like I did from Soul Calibur. Except you're wearing a funny hat. Really? You know what, I'll just crossbow you. That's what I'll do. What do you think of that? Yeah, get rid of that ledge there, so I can knock you into the lava. That's it. Oh, she's on to me. She said, no! I'm not gonna die like Mario. Ow. Come on. Roll with that, let me parry you. Ow. I have no iframes on my dodge roll. My adaptability is dirt. Come on. I know I can get a parry if I keep trying. It may take 80 years, but hey. Oh, yeah? You don't let me Estus, I'll use a freaking life gem. Too late on the parry. Ah, you missed. Maybe I can do a roll backstab on her. Almost. No, she almost got me, wow. Yeah, you might have good iframes. You don't have infinite iframes. Karen. Ow, ow. I'm just playing kind of stupid this morning. It's all good, though. As I've demonstrated, I'm plenty capable of playing stupidly. Especially against these red phantoms. Ow. No! I almost had her, too. That's lame.
There we go. Finally got her. Alright. After those shenanigans, let me go back to the bonfire and recharge my Estus and Might use a human effigy. Maybe not. How many do I have? 12? Yeah. I'm gonna try to save them for now. Okay, but after all that silliness, let me come back here to the opening of Iron Keep to put this guy. Oh yeah, when I killed the first one, he actually dropped a pretty cool set of armor you can get called the Lone Knight armor. Where is it? There it is. Really high fire resistance, which might actually be important later on when I actually do Iron Keep. And an optional boss called the Smelter Demon. I'm thinking... Yep, there he is. Where does he show up at? Okay, yeah. Go away, Armored Dennis. Nobody likes you. And you're not nearly as intimidating as the funny hat woman. Fencer Karen. Stop it. Get your magic out of here. Filthy magic user. Whoa. What weapon is that? It looks like he's using the Watch Dragon Parma, but it could be something else. I'll watch me die to him since I'm getting cocky. Oh, yep. That's what I get. Ha. Alright. Well, after all that failing, that's both of the invaders that'll get you here at the beginning part to Iron Keep. Let's open up this neatly engraved door. It's got some cool designs on it. Alright, and in this opening area you can already get ambushed fairly easily by several of the Alone Knights. Alone, I'm not sure how you pronounce it. But anyway, there's one. Thankfully, got this upgraded club and 40 strength, and armored enemies are always susceptible to strike damage, which our clubs are doing, so they're going down pretty easily. I'm satisfied with the damage I'm doing to them. Let's see. I'm trying to think what others will... Well, I'll deal with it as it comes to me. Yeah, there's one up here. Gotta watch out for. If you'll notice when they die, interesting observation, it's the same sound effect that the Silver Knights and the Dark Knights make when they die in the first Dark Souls, so might be kind of a hint or a reused asset, who knows. So anyway, finally made it to the merchant who's dressed in the Explorer set. Let's see what that is. Man, I got a speech impediment today. Let's see what he has to say.
What? Who are you? Who, me? I'm Magarold. Who else? What? Have a look at my wares.
Yeah, he's not too interested in small talk, but instead of just being like a regular merchant, you know, he does sell some pretty useful stuff. I'll get to some of that in a minute. He can incense your spells, which is what you use the Skeptic Spice and the Simpleton Spice for. Basically, you can use them on a spell to lower the stat requirement in order to use them. So, interesting little mechanic there. As far as what he sells a Jester Hat, which you need 14 dex to use. I never knew that. I'm going to get it because it raises item discovery. The rest of his armor has different special effects, notifies foes critical hits, increases number of souls acquired, reduces falling damage. I'll probably get this one too. I usually like having that. And he also sells the Bandit set, interestingly enough. Get the Bandit's booty shorts and the salad bowl strainer helmet thing. Yeah, I really don't like the Bandit's armor set in this game. Sells a Cursebite ring, wonder if that mentions anything about Kareem, or gives any hints to it. Whoever the master craftsman was, he clearly knew his trade. Yeah. So, that information forgotten in Dark Souls 2 as well. Sells a fragrant branch of yore, human effigy. Black fire bombs, looks like an infinite supply of both black fire bombs and charcoal pine resin. Repair powder, rusted coins, and, interestingly enough, the carvings from Hawkeye Goff from the first Dark Souls. Let's see what this has to say. Faces carved from the wood of aged trees. They speak when thrown upon the ground. The fine craftsmanship of these faces is evident even after much aging, but no one knows even the name of the artist. Well, I know because I played a lot of Dark Souls 1. A fragrant branch of yore. That's actually not a bad price for it, but I might just come back to that anyway. Soul Arrow, Great Soul Arrow, Great Heavy Soul Arrow, Fall Control, Dark Hail, and Dark Storm. I might end up getting those later because I will have the stats for them by the time I get everything leveled up the way I want it. Hexing is rooted in both sorcery and miracles, but is viewed as a perilous affront to all life and banned in most lands. And it was a hex modified from an old sorcery by Gilia the Hexer. I wonder if she ever invades or anything. An esoteric spell created by Navlan, who we will actually meet later in the game, the infamous exiled sorcerer, creates a local vortex of dark flame. The heretic Navlan was executed along with his entire village, and the mere utterance of his name became a crime. He's like Voldemort or something. Some say it was because he sought to restore the banned art of resurrection. This is like a necromancer. I guess I kind of just gave that away. It says that he was executed along with his entire village. Oh, but no, he is not. We will end up meeting him. Let's see what all this guy has to say.
I'm mainly a treasure hunter, you see. I'm only a merchant on the side.
On the side.
A room about, looking for a find, following me instincts. I don't care what a thing's worth. What matters is whether it grabs me. Do I enjoy what I do? Well, that's a good question. I suppose I must. I've been doing it for ages. There's good iron in these parts. An old king even used it to build a castle.
You mean this castle?
But the thing was too heavy. It slowly sank into the ground.
Ground.
Fire spouted from the earth, and the place turned into this. At least, that's what I've been told. Not a bad story, eh? So, what'll it be? Anything for you today?
You got any lucky charms?
Hey, you know that old fella with the hulking blue sword? He talks really highly of it. I got a feeling it's a fake. I didn't want to disappoint him, so I just sort of talked around it. Let me just say, there are lots of legendary swords out there.
I don't know if I've actually talked to that NPC he's referring to yet or not. But either way, I will end up talking to him.
Have you heard of the shrine on the eastern edge of Drang Lake? Built to honor the dragons, they say. If only I knew how to get there. I'd go and I'd claim it for goodies.
Well, okay then.
I'm mainly a treasure hunter. I don't go into... I suppose I'd...
So some decent exposition from Magerold of Lannifer.
Cheers.
It's his Irish accent. Alright, so I know that's kind of a dragged out part to the beginning of this video. I don't actually want to do Iron Keep today. I want to go back to the Lost Bastille and explore more of that. So I'm going to cut out the run back to there, and I'll see you in just a minute. And here we go. Decided to work to the bonfire that we arrive at after completing No Man's Wharf. And I think in a previous video I may have mistakenly referred to this tower with the fog gate as where you fight the gargoyles. I was mistaken. I don't know. I must have been smoking crack that day. That is actually where you fight a different boss, the Lost Sinner. It's the Lost Sinner? The Last Sinner? I think it's the Lost Sinner. The Dirty Sinner. Wheel. Not no more, it ain't. But, yeah, so figure I'm leveled appropriately for this area. Got some of the royal swordsmen here, there, and yonder. This guy wants to have an archery battle, I think. Or maybe he just wants to execute me. Did I get him? I think I missed. Come on. Up. And the game allows these guys to launch arrows much quicker than I think they should. But oh well. Let's see. Break this crap out of my way. There we go. Yeah, there's this guy. Go ahead and take him out before he can get me. There we are. Okay, and down here is going to be another pursuer battle. Which that won't be any big deal. As long as I can get the dogs to go ahead and aggro while I'm in here. And where I'm not fighting like all of them at once. Tough enemy ahead, yeah, definitely. Come here, doggy. There we go. Sorry, son, the dog was rabid, had to put him down. If you know what that movie that's from, then leave it in the comments. Let's see. I hear some armor. Is there a royal knight up there? Let's see. I don't see one. I'm trying to remember if there's any more dogs or not. Oh well. Aha! I knew there was another one. Oh, there's two. Well, I might be screwed. Whew, it's an archer too. I think I can kind of dance around the archer though. Ah, okay. Camera's spazzing out there a little bit. Oh, well thanks, archer. That actually helped quite a bit. Don't be mad at me, pursuer. I didn't do that. Another dog, really? Oh, away, dog. No, I'm dead. Lock on fail. Stun lock fail. Wow. Roll away, roll away, roll away. Chug, chug, chug. Would you get already, you stupid dog? I hate dogs in Dark Souls. I don't hate them in real life. I love animals, but man. Where are... Oh, okay. That's where that other archer is. Gotcha. You want to do this, man? Well, now the pursuer's done gone and run away. That's irritating.
Let's see. I know that there are more doggies. Let's see here. I'm not sure where they went though. Alright, let's try this again.
Another episode where I die a lot and fail a lot. But that's alright. I have to kind of think of this as like playing Dark Souls again for the first time in a long time. Doesn't help that my build is not at all optimized for upfront combat. It's not optimized for anything right now. Alright, Pursuer, I need you over here where there are no archers. And hopefully no dogs. I tried to snipe all of them. Yeah, let's just try and avoid that attack. There we go. As much as I love Dark Souls 2, I love a lot of things about it, I will always criticize iframes being tied to a stat. That was just a poor design choice in my opinion. I mean, I understand what they were going for with it, but yeah. Alright. So now that I've dealt with that, there you are up there. You know what? Get down from here and stop acting like that. Oh, you survived with like half a health bar. Or half of a health point. 0.5 health. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay. So took down the Pursuer in that area. I think the only other place he'll pop up at now is an area of Iron Keep. Which originally that's the only other place he would appear in the game. And we can open this shortcut, which ends up right around the corner of McDuff's... Where did you come from? McDuff's workshop. Speak right. Ow. Bad dog. Alright. Let's see. You'll go ahead and Estus. I'm not sure where I actually want to end up in this episode. I just kind of wanted to do the Lost Bastille. Didn't really think about where I wanted to end the video, but now we'll figure it out as we go. Let's see. There's a enemy close by that I don't think I've come in contact with yet. Yeah, this thing. Best enemy in the game. And Dark Souls 2 Scholar of the First Sin loves to place them around cliff sides and things like that to knock you off of a stage. Got the antiquated key. Can use that here. Let's see, where else does this go? Oh, okay. More dogs. Dark Souls 2 just loves to put dogs everywhere. Uh-oh. Lock on fail. And it led to my demise.
Uh-oh.
Okay, yeah. That death was actually bullcrap. Lock on fail. Man, if I'd have been paying attention, I could have seen this guy right in the doorway. There we go. They have almost no health, but they're so freaking annoying. Like, I went to lock on to this guy, which I was facing, and then the game locks on to the freaking enemy behind me. Like, what sense does that make? I mean, come on. But anyway, that's only a minor setback. Let's see here. Where am I going? I've already been recording for a while. I probably need to find a stopping place pretty soon. Or just make another long part. Let's see. There's another way you can approach this area from, like, the roof. So I'm kind of doing things, not necessarily backwards, but just differently. There we go. Let's see, does the antiquated key also open this? Oh no, this isn't locked. Okay, cool. What the? Man, this camera is just spazzing out. It doesn't always do that, but sometimes it just gets in a mood. Let's see here. Whoa. Ah, really? It's delayed reaction on my character's part. I heard a bolt into the wall. I pressed R1 like when I was in the doorway, but then moved. Yeah. Whatever. Give you a little surprise pop on the head. As far as you are concerned, I'll just jump down here and do that. That turned out pretty cool. I actually wasn't trying to get a backstab on him. What? Okay, whatever. It's been doing that a lot lately. I don't know what the deal is. Okay, so I can't remember if this is the same trap that it was in Dark Souls 2 vanilla version or not. So I'm still expecting it to be pretty nasty. Oh yeah, it's the same. That didn't work out at all. Woo! Well, are y'all too stupid to use a ladder? They are. Ah, that's funny. Yeah, 3 of those guys. Surprise, surprise. Let me see. Alright, I'm just going to use throwing knives, which would have been the smarter thing to do. Yeah, there we go. And what they were guarding, I think, is the Wanderer set. Let me see. Oh, an alluring skull. Okay. I think those work on them. Ah, yeah. The Wanderer set. Straight out of Dark Souls 1. It looks the same and everything. Alrighty. I can't quite remember where this goes. The Lost Bastille was always kind of a maze to me anyway. A large soul of a nameless soldier and a green blossom. I think there's a room over there, but it's so dark I can't see it. Is that it for this area? Oh no, here we go. This is what I was looking for. Dark room, Pharaoh's Lockstone. What was that? Okay. Great, ninjas. Get out of here. I wonder if he had a friend close by. Excuse me. Don't see anything. How many Pharaoh's Lockstones do I have in my inventory? 3. Yeah, I would say that this is one that's probably worth using. Where'd it go? Haha. This will at least... I know it brightens up the room a bit, but it also does something else. Nice. I really like that effect. Okay, before I jump into that, see what's in these chests. I can't remember. Bone staff. I think that's a catalyst, maybe? I'll have to see. And a parrying dagger. Cool. Might actually try that out. I don't think I have the stats for it, but maybe I can still use it for the same parry frames. Oh, and a twin blade. New weapon type introduced in Dark Souls 2. Let's see here. Make sure it's not a mimic. Yeah, we're good. What is in this? A soul vessel. Very nice. Alrighty. I like this room. It's just cool to me. And another treasure chest. And that looks like an elevator, which might end up leading to a shortcut. Wilted Dusk Herb. I think a good stopping place in this part might be if I'm able to get to Strayed. That'd probably be a good stopping place. What is through here? I can't remember. Oh, it's like a little shortcut that goes back to, yeah, that puts you out where you can go to, McDuff's workshop. No? Nothing there? Okay. Alright, I don't want to go that way though. So let's go... which way? Oh yeah, the elevator thing. A brain fart for a minute. Where was it? One of these rooms, right? I'm forgetful as heck. Oh yeah, here we go. Yeah. Just make sure you don't fall down in that chasm. Character looks so funny. Bound up like that. This little item I'll have to like drop down to get. Not ready to do that just yet though. Skeptic Spice. My corpse is like... ugh. That's a horrible way to go. You can hear the sound effect of a lot of those enemies that I like so much, that clicking. Oh yeah, they're like all over the place in here. Thankfully they do die fairly easily. But man, they are troublesome. And do you see that? There's one in that little cell right there. Go ahead and take care of him. I hear another one, but I don't know where he's at. I think he's up the stairs in this spot. Yeah, that is where you eventually get to the Lost Center. But I'll do that in a future episode. Up here you gotta be careful. There's a huge ambush of a lot of these things, and they're all surrounding this NPC that I want to meet up with. Again, like, why do that? That's just another weird thing that Dark Souls 2 does. Like, I understand making the game hard. Like, you know, the first game's kind of known for, oh, it's this ultra difficult, hardcore game, which, you know, in my filthy casual playthrough, I kind of tried to dispel some of that. But I mean, making things hard just for the sake of it being hard, or just being mean to the player, come on. In Miyazaki's games, he does, I mean, he's got some tricks and traps for new players, but man, right next to a bonfire, right next to an NPC, you have all those things around here that do these AoE attacks. Yeah, whatever. Use a fragrant branch of yore on this fella. One of the coolest NPCs in the game, like, even if you hate Dark Souls 2. Again, I criticize it a lot, but I don't hate it. This is such a cool NPC. Let's talk to him and then we'll call it.
Still a bit stiff, I'm afraid. I must thank you, young traveler. I am Strayed, a wandering sorcerer of sorts. I've been a guest for a very long time, but I don't think that anybody will miss me. Very good. Very good indeed. Cursed one, weak you may be, but I, Strayed, will teach you my spells.
Yeah. He teaches the mock gesture. You can buy Hood of the Forlorn and Gauntlets of the Forlorn. I'm gonna have to look and see what they do. The Agape Ring, or Agape Ring, I'm not sure which, the pronunciation of that, absorbs souls in place of wear. You can equip that to where your soul memory won't increase. It's for people who, you know, if you reach your level cap and you just want to have a PvP character, there you go. You don't have to worry about soul memory interfering with your PvP experience. Extends the length of spell effects, same as in Dark Souls 1. And the Ring of Knowledge, which increases intelligence. I'm not sure by how much. A ring blessed by the High Priest of Volgan increases intelligence. The clerics of the great city of Volgan are perennially entrenched in scandalous power struggles, but among them remain a few strong-willed, upstanding noblemen. A little bit of lore on that. Hood of the Forlorn. who wander the land of the undead. Born of Aldea's obsession with the first sin, the Forlorn lost both their corporeal form and a world to call their own. Now they drift into other worlds, ever in search of a home. But without self, one has neither beginning nor end, and so the Forlorn have only to wander. Yeah, and invade you a million times and just cause a lot of aggravation. Yeah, same description. Like seriously, the Forlorn, that NPC invades so many times in the game. It's just irritating. But he sells a number of spells: homing soul arrow, strong magic shield, cast light. I might actually get that eventually. Resplendent life, unveil. What does unveil do? A miracle that senses traitors, reveals the location of the nearest enemy or invading dark spirit. Okay, it's like a PvP thing. Those who serve the Lindelt Monastery willfully adhere to strict commandments. This miracle was created to castigate those who ignore the righteous teachings. Got Lingering Flame, which I already got as a drop from one of the jailer enemies that throw pyromancy fireballs at you. But what I really want from him, he's got some hexes here, but I don't... Yeah, I don't know. I probably don't plan on using all of them. But Flame Swathe, I recommend this for like literally any build. Even though it only has 2 uses, it is such a good pyromancy. One of the pyromancies devised by Strayed, the great mage of ancient Olafis. Great flames envelop and immolate faraway foes. Strayed, always immersed in magic, never accepted an apprentice. As a result, much of his extensive knowledge is permanently lost. I need to get a sip of water or something here. So other than that, he's also one of the only NPCs in the game who will make items for you from boss souls. And get the Pursuer's Ultra Great Sword. One of my favorites because of how it looks. That's one of the first things I got on my first playthrough of Dark Souls 2. Back some years ago. Dragon Rider's Halberd, Roaring Halberd. The Bone Scythe, which I've seen an NPC invader use. I can't remember the name, but they invaded in Huntsman's Copse. I'll have to look back at that. Dragon Rider Twin Blade, Dragon Rider Bow, Pursuer's Great Shield, and the Dragon Rider Great Shield. I like both of these. Let's see, he's also dumps a good bit of exposition, so I'm going to listen to his dialogue.
So, how long was I sat petrified? Long enough for the old kingdom to have crumbled, I see. Why didn't anyone wake me sooner? Drang Lake. I've never heard the name. Is that what they call this place now? Very good. Very good indeed. The cursed ones were imprisoned within this land. Of course, you came of your own free will. The people fear the cursed ones like a plague. Some people would rather keep dreadful things out of sight, out of mind. In the end, they swept them up and corralled them here. So very typical of meek minds, don't you think? Once people became aware of their own frailty, they seized anybody they found undesirable, cursed or no, and impounded them here. Whoever posed even the slightest threat was removed, all so that they could sleep better at night. They even turned the great Strayed into a stone. Many kingdoms rose and fell on this tract of earth. Mine was by no means the first. Anything that has a beginning also has an end. No flame, however brilliant, does not one day splutter and fade. But then, from the ashes, the flame reignites, and a new kingdom is born, sporting a new face. It is all a curse. And it is your cursed flesh that will inherit the flame.
Inherit the flame. Where have we heard that before?
Pyromancy was created by the ancient witch of fire. She harnessed the power of flame and melded it into pyromancy. The witch led her daughters into war against the Old Ones. But legends are legends. What are you prepared to believe? So, how long was I sat petrified? Long enough for the old kingdom to have crumbled, I see. Why didn't anyone wake me sooner?
Good old Strayed.
Feeble, cursed one. Let's hope the magnificence of my spells does not deter you.
I love this guy's dialogue. One of the first NPCs you meet that really, like, ties in a lot of information from the first Dark Souls into this one. Interesting stuff he talks about. Inheriting the flame, and even going back talking about the Witch of Izalith and pyromancy. So, anyway, yeah, kind of boring part. A lot of dialogue and stuff. A lot of silly deaths, but thanks for watching. Next time, I'll try and take on the Ruined Sentinels. And until then, y'all take care, be safe, and be well. Later.